Hey everybody, how's it? Good morning, aloha. Okay, we're doing Disturbed, Stricken. This I think is my third one. I just looked it up. I'm going to make sure that I'm not doing the same thing. I did that once, believe it or not. That was freaking hilarious. So I did the cover, and I'd done an original, and they have a lot of covers that I've been looking through going, But I found one that a lot of people have been asking me for. Between the two is one was Stricken, and the other one is Down with Sickness. I think I may have heard Down with the Sickness, so I'm afraid to, like, if I listen to it and it's not an organic reacts, then why do I do this? Unless I did know it was and I put it under one of my other series or something like that. Anyhow, that being said, thank you so much for all your comments, your support. Oh my God, yesterday's video I did with Alien Ant Farm. Yeah, I fell, I got a little hurt, and had a little painkiller of sorts. Some of those comments, yeah, I looked pretty bobo and I sounded kind of bobo. I guess I will never do that again, ever. I will wait until all said painkillers wear off before I do a video. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for your support. As you know, that if any advertisement runs on these reaction videos, it does not monetize my channel because of copyright claim. So if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, super cool beans. It also helps what I do with the kids as a ventriloquist in the hospitals. That's kind of a fun pivot in my life. Anyhow, let's do this. Also, by the way, there'll be links for Disturbed, Spotify, and merch down below, as well as a link for the headsets, AKG 240s. All right. Okay, Disturbed, Stricken. All right. Okay, so I'm just slightly blown because that thing that he did, I think that's what I believe he did in the Down with the Sickness. I think that made that really familiar to me, and I'm a little confused. Maybe I blew it. Maybe this was the song. Anyhow, all that being said, I love the riff that's going on is very powerful. But what I really love about it's sometimes it's. Because I've been doing this long enough here on this channel, I've heard so many great riffs and syncopated rhythmical arrangements, or, you know, meter changes, even time changes. It's always really nice to have that one element in the percussive arrangement of a song that keeps you just locked in without having trying to work at it, if you know what I mean. You know, this joke that I say here, where's the one? And even though this is a really nice, powerful riff, you know, the hi-hat, you know, that's keeping me, you know, you gotta, sometimes you just don't want to think too much for music. Maybe it's because it's morning and I'm just starting my first cup of coffee here, but man, I'm just grinding on that. And another thing is I found in my light studies and your comments, thank you so much for your comments, because I learned so much more about the band members that way, is that the lead singer here was a cantor or something. And I have a little bit of experience with that because I have a friend of mine that is deep in his faith, his Jewish faith, and he too, he had to study to be a cantor, I guess, and a lot of it had to do with the singing and the power and the ability and from here and just projecting. And the power of his performance is in it, just I can't even find a word for it, but it's visceral, it's it's guttural. Is that what no, maybe that's not the right word. Anyhow, I meander on. And also strong songwriting construction is, to me, perfect. And what I mean by that is that it opens you, it locks you in with the riff. Then you get this verse where the rhythmical structure of the melody is also moves around quite a bit. But by the time they get you into the hook is like a bloom with the riff is pretty much gone. Now you're doing these really nice, chords that are holding out, for quarter notes, maybe slightly longer. And then you have these soaring vocals in the background. That's that kind of like, bring me to it, man. Bring me to the door and open it. And then they open it and it's like, boom. And that's what I love about this, particular kind of song structure. Another thing that I kind of watch out for is when I do songs that are under 5 minutes, I listen just personally for that, in it to a minute to win it radio play song structure. Get X amount of hooks in between X amount of minutes and stuff. And this is perfectly structured for that. As if it wouldn't be, because they're a pretty perfect sounding band. All right, here we go.
What your power has done to me, I wanna know if I'll heal inside. I can't go on with the Holocaust about to happen, seeing you laughing another time. You'll never know why your face has haunted me. My very soul is to bleed this time. Another hole in the wall of my inner defenses, leaving me breathless. The reason I know that I am stricken and can't let you go. When the heart is cold,
I'll go back to that, get us back through that solo again. Excuse me. Let me start with the solo. I love it when solos, obviously he can express himself any way he wants as a musician. He could have lit it up, stayed in 16ths and flown to 30 seconds and tapped off all the way through that. But there's something to be said about just playing a solo and hanging on notes, just for you to hang, just for you to kind of continue the melodic journey that the vocalist has set off. And in this case, the solo was a perfect representation of what I said. So in other words, he didn't open up just tearing it to pieces. It was a lot of expression. It stayed in boxes. You know what I'm talking about as a guitar player. But the expressions and the dynamics of it, that's what really speaks out to me in solos and stuff. At a certain point, I was expecting, fireworks, and then he gave it to us. That was something that was in his toolbox and easily executed by him. But actually structuring a solo, especially when you've been a musician your whole life. And it's really funny because, at least as a guitarist, and I'm not that good, but, the trajectory of my, here I am at 60, my trajectory of playing is, I gotta go as fast as I can, I gotta do everything as possible, I gotta go, I've gotta be as, and then I don't have to be as, okay, I already did that, now, what am I gonna say now with my solos? And that's when it comes to, you get wisdom and aged performances like this one. To me, as it feels, is like, okay, I can say all this, I can talk this fast if I want to talk this fast, but I'm really thinking of just kind of maybe going, yeah, and then I'll finish it up. So also, another thing that I heard is that the second half of each verse, there was some kind of some kind of an arrangement happening really deep in the back, and I was really trying to pull from it tonally. Maybe you guys can hear it or not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bobo as I'm getting older and losing maybe little parts of my hearing because of age and music. But there's a secondary arrangement that's really placed way deep in the back. It really caught me off guard. It made one of my eyebrows go ding. It's like, I felt you. I felt you. All right. Anyhow, sorry. Yammered on. Here we go. Man, that driving riff bomb, I mean, it's just so powerful. It's the kind of a song that's really motivating, I think, for me at least. If I got up in the morning and if I had to do something, you know, physical, like if I'm going to go, maybe I need to get pumped to go paddle out and giant surf or whatever it is. This is that kind of a motivating riff. It's got that very forward laid into it. I think because it's really driven by more of a straightforward drum and bass arrangement, that everything is just driving you forward and forward and forward. You know, you just listen to that riff and you're ready to take on whatever. Did you see me kind of go, what? In that little turnaround right before the end section here, there seemed to have been some kind of dissonance that was, I couldn't, you know, that's the thing about first time listens. There's a part of me that wants to go, when you move the needle back. But I mean, move the needle back. Back in 1972, we used to, whatever. But there was this dissonance there, and I couldn't quite pin, you know, obviously I believe it was the guitar, you know, doing something, because once again, it was back enough in the mix, but back enough in the mix, but not enough to not cause a little bit of like uncomfort, kind of a dissonant kind of discomfort. Anyhow. Well, guys, thanks for hanging in there with me here for Disturbed, and I'm gonna go back now. Now I've got to listen to what's Down with the Sickness, because wasn't that the one with or something like that? And this opened up with it. Maybe it was a signature thing he does. I'm not too sure. Heck, I'm only 3 songs into their discography, anyhow. So thanks everybody for your support. Cup of coffee if you see so fit. Link is down below. Link is down below for their stuff. And thanks for all the comments and everything. And what's today? Today is Wednesday. Oh yeah, tomorrow I've got a fun one for Throwback Thursday. And I hope you guys will like that too. All right, guys, take care. Aloha. All right. All right.